Welcome back to the show, back to talk about the arts. We got a couple of productions on today's show to talk about. When I say The Great Gatsby, you're all familiar with it, right? It's such a classic, but we're going to turn the tables a little bit on this Great Gatsby. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Ryan Hoffman. He is playing the role of Tom. He's also the artistic consultant and outreach officer at New Opera Lyra. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Great. Thanks for having
And
me.
Anya Haynar joins me. She's a soprano and playing the role of Jordan in The Great Gatsby. Welcome back, Anya. Great to have you here as well. I'll start with you, Ryan. Tell me about the New Opera Lyra. People probably know that, the Opera Lyra was here in Ottawa for many, many years. Tell us about the New Opera Lyra.
Yeah, of course. Well, as people are no stranger, Ottawa is privy to a wealth of talent here. And so Andrew Egger and Suzanne Bassett, who are the co-artistic directors, decided why not come up with another professional opera company in the nation's capital, and thus New Opera Lyra was born. And now we're going on around the 5th production now. And not only is there great Canadian talent, but great local talent. So why not give them a platform?
Is that part of the mandate then? Is it making sure that any production that you do has that local talent involved?
Absolutely, yes. And we actually also do this great recital series, which Anya took part in earlier this year, where every Sunday or every other Sunday each month there is a local artist that gets to showcase for 45 minutes.
Nice. Anya, must be refreshing for somebody like yourself. You've been singing in this city for many, many years to have something like this available, right?
It's really wonderful, not only for myself, but like Ryan was saying, for many of the local artists. And I think that when we say local, we also mean people who have been here before on the roster, but maybe live further away, like Ryan. He's actually now living in Toronto, but he comes back and works with us often.
Nice. Let's talk about this particular production. How would you describe it, Ryan?
Ooh, I would say it's very much neoclassical, I guess was what we were speaking about earlier. And it's very, when you think of contemporary music, it's not always the most melodious, but Andrew has done this great thing where everything is so orally appealing for the singer, but also the audience and the listener as well. Yeah.
That's right. There's a theme that you hear often throughout the opera, so you can really relate to it. And it just has this 1920s effect as well.
Nice.
Not only visually, but with the music.
They were kind enough to send us some of that music, and I believe it's you performing,
That's
Anya?
right, yes.
So I'm just going to ask my director if we can set that up and we can give you a little taste, maybe about 60 seconds of part of this production. Let's throw it over to that video. Unbelievable voice. No, honestly, every time I hear you sing and you come on the show, I'm like, just wow. So there's a storyline here. What is the storyline exactly?
Well, it is really very similar to the original story. However, we are missing one character, who is Nick, and he's portrayed really with the audience. The audience's perspective is really what Nick's character would be.
Okay.
But we have the same storyline where Daisy, she's in this beautiful marriage, if you will, with Tom, but she had been in a previous relationship with Gatsby.
And a fun fact about that actually is on the poster, Daisy and Gatsby, they're a real life couple. So Carmen Harris and Adam Sperry. So it's always really fascinating and always such a treat seeing how they interact on stage as well.
Yeah, their chemistry obviously is really neat, and as anyone who performs on stage, we always want to make sure we have the best chemistry ever, but when you see their chemistry, it's it brings me to tears.
Tell me about your specific role. Like, how would you describe your character?
So Tom, I would think Tom is the mayor of Tomville, population him. So
Yeah.
he believes what he spews, even if nobody else does, and he
Right.
believes he can do no wrong. So he's quite misogynistic as well, which is unfortunate, but for him, he doesn't believe that that's really a problem.
Right. What about your role? How would you describe your character as
Well,
Jordan?
I would describe her as the only comedic relief in the entire show.
Really?
She's
Okay.
the cheeky best friend who just wants her best friend to be happy and has a lot of fun. Maybe more of a spinster character, even though she's really only like 22, 23, but you know, in the 1920s, if you weren't married by then. But she has so
Yeah, I
much
guess,
money.
yeah,
She has
yeah.
so much money, she really just doesn't mind. So she just wants to have fun.
Ryan, and sort of the behind the scenes, putting something like this together, what has this process been like, the rehearsal process leading up to the production?
So for me, this is the first show that I've actually sung in while also working behind the scenes. So it's been super rewarding seeing all the work that the singer's been putting into this production. And of course, being an opera singer, it's the same as running a marathon. So
Right.
singing over that orchestra, but it's been super rewarding contacting everyone in the community, trying to get the word out about the production and sharing in this beautiful art form.
Moving forward with the new Opera Lyra, what are you looking towards sort of in the near future?
Yeah, so we have a really exciting season coming up, so you're part of the exclusive club to know.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's going to be a Halloween gala with some scenes from Andrew Egger's Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, and then next year we'll be doing Ottawa premiere of Rachmaninoff's Alienko with the Awashko Singers in March. And then in June, we'll be doing Dido and Aeneas with Matthew Larkin's Celli's Academy Ensemble. So we're kind of delving more into that outreaching with different organizations to really help grow the art form.
Yeah, and so refreshing, right? Having lost Opera Lyra and those many years ago, it was so difficult for so many, not just the artists, but for people that absolutely love the style. Thank you both. Really, really appreciate it. Again, that is happening at the Southminster United Church, April 20th, 7:30 p.m. Newoperalyra.ca to find out more information. Get your tickets. We'll be right back after this.